again.
Well, we're already live, and I was discussing how Bob has tried a new drink. Bob, show us your new drink, and it was coincidental. See, his is what is it, cellulose or
Cellulose or something like that.
or Celsius.
Celsius.
Yes, all right,
Yes.
Celsius, and his is
Watermelon, sparkling watermelon.
and I have a new
Zero
energy.
sugar.
And so do I. Mine's zero sugar too. Mine's melon flavored. It's called Major Melon, but it's an energy drink. And then I didn't read around the side where it says equivalent to 2 cups of coffee and 5% juice. Really, just 5%. So that's kind of cool. And we're still rolling in. Ron's in here. Ron must have a voice tonight, so he's here. Hey, what's up, Rod? Let me roll back here. I'm going to scroll back here real quick, and I'm going to say everybody that came in. Drone Shots Jody was here first, and then we got Lee from Yellow Rose Drones here. Some weird dude said that we were going 3 more exits. Mark was talking about how, he comes down here, he's talking about his phone bill, was talking about how he had binge watched the entire first 3 seasons of Mandalorian on Monday, and now he was working on, I think he was talking about he was working on Strange New Worlds, but I was talking about I was going to bring those parts up in Squirrel Chat later on. So I brought up Mark. Oh, and Joe's here from USA Drone Flyer. I wanted to say howdy. Warren's here somewhere. I think I saw. Yes, Akira Show here. Hey, there's Akira Show. Glad to have you here, sir. We're going to be talking about, as y'all saw where I put these up, right? See, I was talking about who's buying the Inspired 3. Nobody here, right? Right? Nobody here,
well,
right?
I gotta get up early tomorrow morning to get my order straightened out.
Oh, okay. So who might purchase the Mavic 3 Pro? That's something else we can discuss. Are drone Karens real? And I think somebody that's going to be coming on here in a little bit is going to say, yes, drone Karens are real. And of course, this subject's always there. It's always great to throw this out there because it always creates controversy because some people say yes, some people say no. But the whole point is it doesn't matter if you say no because you still got to do it and you got to do it very soon. And then like we were talking about, and then Barkley came in saying howdy, and then it was kind of fun. Mark called him, hey Lurch, and this popped into my head. I went, you rang. You remember how I used to do that for the show? It's because Barkley's always saying he is lurking, but I'm just wondering, if he was calling him. So now he's a lurch. So now he's you rang. I don't know. Oh, okay. It was something crazy came up. Anyway, and then Steven Drones came in. So he's here again tonight. Chuck came in to say howdy. And then there was this is like he was talking about before. They were talking about, he was making a joke about how it was really hard to go from a half hour from Ray and M's show to my show. And you can ask Ron. Ron's been here pretty much off and on since the very beginning. I've been doing this for 7 years, been in the same spot every week, Wednesday night, forever. And then Ray and them, when they first started, they were on Sunday nights, but it interfered with Ray's boating. So they dropped it in front of me.
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. So it interfered with Ray's boating. So they, and this was the deal I made with my wife. So I got to stick with this. So anyway,
in the old days, you used to be on later though. When I first found you, you were streaming much later.
Right, because Billy was in class, and that was like the first season. And then when he got out of school, or like in the summer times, we started getting earlier and earlier. We spent, in one season, we were actually on Thursday nights. I think that was when Ken came on for a little while. Dobo came on for a little while. Okay. And then his other friend that he met from Minnesota, I think it was. Because remember, he went up there, he had the Mavic Air. And he went up there for the Super Bowl, and that was when the DJI came out with the first slow-mo, and he took pictures of that flag in slow-mo. It was really cool. That was neat.
Because in the old days, I used to watch your show, but I never finished because it was like late here, and I was going to bed, and you guys are still rolling on.
Yeah, for like 3 and 4 hours. Hey, what's up, Caleb? Are you waving at people in the chat?
Yep. Saying hello.
And then,
sorry, while Bill and I go down memory lane here, going back to the old days.
Squirrel!
Did we go Squirrel already or memory lane Squirrel?
Yeah, memory lapse. That's what it was. As we had a memory lapse moment. Rod, what's up? Hey, good to have you. Not Fahrenheit. Charles Galuski, Paul, good to see you, sir. Chris Wedgeworth, the legendary live streamer. If you didn't get tickets, tickets will go on sale once again soon, but he rarely appears, so you have to pay attention to the website because you never know when Wedgeworth will be live. I've only caught him live once, and it's the only time he's been live, and I watched it and I saw it.
What
and
I give him to go live? He
came on. It was on Matt's show one night. He was on for like 20 seconds.
Oh.
20 seconds maybe, and I happened to see it. Ever, and I let him know that I saw him, and he's like, oh man, he's like, you saw that? I was like, yes, I saw that. Anyway, let's see, we got anybody? Oh, AZ Dave's in the house. Dave, I finally sent your stickers off the other day, and I know I told everybody last week that I had 2 sticker packs, but you know how my short-term memory is. But I got to give away this week. The ones that have Alex, I think Alex is in here. And Lee's got some in here. Some of the new yellow Rhodes drones, the smaller ones. And yes, Alex Escardo has some stuff in here too. And plus the normal
AME.
Sent things up a little bit late, so things may be arriving a little late, but I sent them with extra things, so hopefully that makes up for it.
Okay, yeah. So that all the people that won the Tesla drone stuff, they went out this week, I'm assuming, or yesterday maybe, with some extra goodies because it was a little late because they've been super busy. Because Archer, believe it or not, finally got back to me on Facebook. She goes, dude, we just been nailed, man. And she goes, and yes, I'm going to come on the show. He's been really giving me a hard time saying I need to come on. Yes, we'll do it. But we've just been busy. So yes, that's all well and good. Let me see. Hey, we got H in the house. Herman's in the house. Glad to have you, sir. They had a nice show earlier, and if you didn't get a chance, please go back after you watch all of this show. Go over to Herman's channel and then watch the replay of their show. Let's see. Oh, Charles Galusi, glad to have you in the house. Good to see you, sir. Old Farts with Drones. Old Farts with Drones. Old Farts with Drones. That's a really cool name. Somebody should start a Facebook group.
I met that guy in Florida. He's not a bad dude.
Okay.
Hey, I hung out with Ron and I didn't get COVID.
Oh, wow, very cool, very cool. Hey, what's up, Itchy Sack? Everybody scratch for Itchy Sack.
Debbie Burns. Bill, you know what I may have figured out, Bill and Bob Kim? I may have got that Caleb at the Space Center and Space Kennedy Center.
Really?
Rather than...
wait a minute. So you got a whole new strain. Damn it, Ron, you brought back Space COVID.
The Andromeda strain movie from the 70s.
Oh, and you're still a little, well, there's another virus out that's not necessarily COVID that's supposedly just completely viral that has like the chest congestion, the cold, and
the doctors don't even have a name for it. You're right.
It's called a cold. I thought it's like we got to categorize everything now. When I was little, it's like you just got a cold, man. You'll get over it in 3 weeks.
You can't just have a generic cold anymore, Bill.
No, they can't because each one of the different specifications they give you, they get to charge you for it.
Oh yeah.
It's like no, it's not a common cold. It's a cold with an extra $45. But wait, the test just came back. It's a cold with and or another deviation.
And now we're going to bill you insurance company hundreds.
Another $85. Oh yes. Angel's like, hey, dude, you've been talking for like 15 minutes, and I'm here.
Oh, Angel's here. Angel's in the green room eating all the shrimp.
Hey, I had the.
Wait a minute, do you have shrimp? Do you have shrimp in Seattle, or you just have fish?
Where did that go? Wait a minute, it jumped on me, man. It's like things went flying by off at Lake Pilot. Let's see, Northside Hawk Dom, visual line of sight. I'm trying to. I know you just came in. I'm not trying to step on you. I'm just trying to catch up because like a shitload of chat came in all at once.
They came in with angels, see? They rode the angel wave into the show.
They rode the angel wave.
That sounds kind of cool, doesn't it?
That's a T-shirt, Angel.
Yeah,
Ride the angel wave. Ride the angel wave, man.
I'm gonna have to write that down, guys. I gotta write that down.
Have we even started?
Write that down, somebody.
This is a drone show. This is a drone show. I promise. We haven't mentioned drones yet.
No, you previewed the Inspire 3 and the Mavic 3.
Well, I said, did anybody buy them? And I said, and then we were talking about drone Karens, and I said, speaking of drone Karens, yes, ride the angel wave. You need to. That needs to be your channel mantra. Ride the angel wave.
We can eat, that sounds like you give a soft drink or something, right? Or,
But the only problem is if women start posting on Angel's page, I rode the Angel wave and I loved it. He might get in trouble.
Might get in trouble for that. Might get in trouble for that. You know.
All right. Enough teasing, enough whining and crying. We'll throw it up here, and everybody's gonna be like, oh! I know most of you have looked. If you know anything about drones, you know where to go look to find all this stuff. And here it is, man. I mean, it's just like, here it is. It's like, hello, you pretty thing. I mean, I would love to have one, but I do like to. Yeah, I know you were talking about that earlier. He's like, look, Dale's already hitting it. He's like, but how about the only 28 minutes flight time? So there's no dual battery.
About that too.
So what about? So there's no dual battery this time, maybe?
It's hot
Possibly.
swappable batteries,
It's a
though.
dual
I
battery,
read
yeah, it's hot
someplace.
swappable.
But the whole point is you had 2 batteries on deck last time, and you got what flight time?
It was less flight time, it said. Somebody is this same guy has a comparison chart. He is this one have more flight time on a battery.
Okay, so we've got streamlined design, lightweight integrated.
What they say.
Okay, lightweight integrated body offers an all-new configuration design and significantly improved mobility and control experience. And this is kind of intriguing to me. Ultra-wide night vision FPV camera. Inspire 3's FPV features a 1.8 inch sensor. What is that? 4 megapixel size, whatever, or 3 megapixel. What is that? What does that little symbol
Yeah,
mean?
I forget. That's not megapixels. That's something else.
It's like
somebody else explain
millimeter.
in the chat.
So 3 millimeter and
Is that what that is?
It's not actually millimeter, but it's like super small. Yeah, it's just.
it says a 161 degree ultra wide field of view, and this is what your live feed's going to be. So I'm like, if that's what your night vision is that you're getting on your display, what's your camera going to get? I don't give really. I'm like, woohoo! I get this great feed on my display. Let's see, centimeter level RTK positioning and orientation. It says dual stack ceramic antennas are built in to support 3 types of satellite systems, as well as both RTK base station and network RTK, delivering centimeter level positioning and ensuring stable and reliable flight orientation. Then we got omnidirectional sensing system. Omnidirectional obstacle sensing is enabled. Foldable props.
Six fisheye cameras.
Yes, 6. And then like I think Maddie from Maddie's Drone World was talking about that earlier. He was talking about how it's on the legs. He was talking about the fisheye. You can see them right here on the corners. If you can see my cursor, like right here's one, and then you can see another one sticking out over here. Anybody that doesn't,
it's like a Scotty that's going to see everything.
If everybody's curious and you want this larger on your own screen, I'm on Jasper Ellens's Twitter page. He has the English versions without all the Japanese stuff plastered over top of it. Otherwise, you can go to Deal's Drone, which everybody knows who Deal's Drone is. So anyway, you can go there and check out his stuff. 28 minutes max flight time. So battery hot swapping. And it says 2 here. So it says tested and controlled environment. So what does that mean? You're going to get 20 minutes of flight time? What the hell is the difference going to be?
2 batteries. Yeah.
20 minutes worth of that. People aren't going to buy this because what are you going to do with it? You're going to get a 20 minute shot for a film? I mean, you're going to want to get, well, I guess since it's hot swappable. Yeah, it's hot swappable batteries. You're just going to be throwing them on right and left. DJI's going to be making a mint on batteries.
Don't forget, you need an extra 3600 if you want the RTK to work.
Wait a minute. Here we go. It's going to tell us more here. Let's go over here to the camera
Their
system.
base station.
A tailor-made full frame
Oh, did you say
8K.
full frame?
Full frame 8K sensor.
Yeah, so that's the important part.
Max video resolution 8,192 by 4,320. Maximum photo resolution 8,192 by 5,456.
Holy cow, Bill, my poor laptop.
Yeah, exactly, man. Bend over. Up to 8K 75 frames per second or 4K at 120 frames per second. Supports full 4K at 120 frames per second. Full frame with no cropping. That's pretty damn good. Cinema DNG and ProRes RAW codecs. Also supports ProRes 422 HQ and H.264. Dual native ISO. Up to 14 plus stops of dynamic range. Full frame 30 frames per second and below. Native, what is it? 800 to 4,000. What is it? Native EI or E?
Yeah.
Does anybody know?
Yeah,
Give me a breakdown of that.
400 to 4,000?
Yeah, 800 to 4,000.
I mean, I imagine that's just the ISO level, but what do they mean full frame 30 frames per second and below?
I don't know. That's what I was kind of like.
Yeah, I don't know what the
That was
limitations
confusing.
are there,
Anybody?
yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay. Hey, Johnny Drone Flyer. Wait a minute. Because we all have 8K TVs, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Alex. Oh, wait a minute.
Well,
Hang on.
remember, just because you're filming in 8K doesn't mean you're going to render it out at 8K.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and so if they're saying supports 4K 120 at full frame, so you can only do 4K at full frame, not 8K?
Apparently not.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
it's garbage
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we
oh, you
got
got
the.
dropping.
Here you go. DJI Pro. So we had a 1 terabyte hard drive. Up to 1100 megabits per second write speed, 900 megabits read speed. And you directly to the computer via USB-C.
Cool.
Requires.
That's for the guys who forget their memory cards.
Yeah, look at the DL mount lens group, so you know that it's going to have its own special lenses, I guarantee you. Although
They're
people
all-
will make
they're all the
knockoffs.
Standard sizes, they're 18, 24, 35, 50. That's all your standard kit lens sizes.
So you can throw other stuff on here, you think?
Well, I don't know, because that special DL mount lens group, you may have to buy them from DJI directly.
That's what I was going to say, because they probably are weighted and everything just to fit that gimbal.
Well, I mean, what they give you there covers a wide gambit of
For 20 minutes in the air, at least.
Right. Well, you just sent somebody up to change it real quick. Anyhow, this boy, if you don't have the camera specs here that you need, your requirements are real high, huh?
Yeah, exactly. All right, and here's the transmission land control system. The DJI RC Plus included features a 7-inch 1200 nit high bright display, O3 Pro cinematic grade video transmission. Transmits 1080 at 60 frames per second live feeds up to 15 kilometers distance in single control and up to 12 kilometers in dual control. Supports 4K live feed up to 30 frames per second. Independent links for dual control. Wow.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah. DJI Pilot 2 app, professional accessories, independent links for dual control. I said that already. RC battery hot swapping. Woohoo!
You can control hot swaps.
So but I mean, that's kind of scary though, man. If it only's got 20 minutes in the air and they hot swapping batteries in the controller, I'm like, how's it last? What, 15 minutes? So, let me I gotta go back over here. Where's my chat? Here we go.
I just wish I had a need
3-hour
for this.
operating time. Yeah.
But Bill, this controller is not new. This is the one that's already been available, correct?
Yes, it's the one I think that Dre said it came with. What's the newest drone he bought?
Yeah, one of the enterprise drones.
M30.
Yeah, the 300, the 300,
130T.
30T. Yeah. So he said that. Does anyone have an 8K monitor?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, there we go. That's what he's talking about.
I have a 5K iMac. Bob does too.
There
Yeah.
you go. See what Dale was talking about? It says we use the M30 and 2 RC Pluses to shoot the Houston Arena football game.
Oh wow.
So so obviously it's and Rod's backing it up too. Yeah, no, Angels, nope. That's what I said, and people were asking me, they're like, you gonna buy this? And I was like, not and stay married. oh, wait, does y'all see this?
Exactly.
I wish I said this before. I wish I had a reason to buy this.
Now, well, we got Santa Claus here tonight, Bill. Maybe we could just have,
That was a new teaser. Have y'all
Santa
seen
do
that?
something for us with his new drone.
That was a new teaser. Did you see it?
yes.
Yep.
That came out to
We're gonna
well,
hang it up.
Like, nope, you're done, buddy.
Put it back on the shelf. It's got a big case, looks like a suitcase.
But it's not as massive as the old Inspire case was. It's not as big as the old Inspire case. The old Inspire case was huge.
If we can't afford the Inspire 3, very soon it'll be a lot of Inspire 2s available for sale. Used ones for sale online. We can get a good deal on the Inspire 2.
Oh yeah, I'm for sure. But I mean, what's the airframe cost to begin with? Of course, we don't know for sure what this airframe costs yet. Oh, something else I want to address really quick. The new Integra goggles.
Yes.
They're really good for beginners and people with glasses like me.
Right.
But you're going to get three to four flights out of it, and then you're going to have to switch and put more goggles on. So if you get really addicted to the hobby, Integras are not for you because the battery just doesn't last long enough.
Can I swap that battery out, Bill?
I don't believe so. They're talking about people who are going to be doing all kinds of like patches and patch-in batteries. So you're going to be like having another stabilizing weight on the back of another battery here to try to get more out of it, I think. Hey, look, Dale Scott, here we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
I'm sure he's.
right.
I'm sure. I think Dale has quite a few drones for sale. I'm just kind of got an idea. It may just be me, but I think he's got a few.
eBay page out or.
So can I ask a question real quick? How
Yes.
how good was the Inspire footage compared to like what we have with like the Mavic 3? Is it like light years ahead?
You see this? On the 18th, more about Sony AirPeak. You see this?
Okay.
Okay.
So I mean,
Angel, I've never watched a YouTube video with somebody
Ooh.
showing Inspire footage that I really
You
saw
got me curious,
a world
man.
difference between
What is that?
a Mavic 3 or a Mavic 2 Pro or a Phantom 4
What?
Pro or whatever. I never sat there and my jaw never dropped saying, "Oh, this is night and day difference." So, but again, I'm only watching it after it's been rendered to YouTube and downgraded
Right.
by YouTube.
you're not going to
Right.
notice the difference until you see it in its use case scenario. So until you're seeing its footage on a 3,000-inch IMAX screen being color graded by a Hollywood Pro, no, you're probably not going to notice the difference. But I mean, a full frame sensor versus the Mavic sensor, yeah, you can do a lot more with that if you know how.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, we
your-
can go back to
your
photography
light's
too.
probably
I
gonna be
mean,
a
of
lot
course,
better.
a full frame camera is better than a crop sensor, but I don't go around looking at photo sites saying, "Oh man, there's a full frame photo," or whatever. I mean,
Right,
in the end,
right.
it doesn't really. Make a difference on the
Here, did you see
user
this?
side. The people
He's
that-
talking about the Integra. Contains two 1860 rechargeables, and that's it. Once them 4 flights are over with, and it's those you might as well set them aside. You got to let them cool off for a minute before you can even hook them up to the damn charger, and then so that's it.
Well,
So
well,
if
how
you're
much-
Take them apart, yank the
how much
batteries
is
and
the,
put
what's
cords
the
on it.
cost of four Avada batteries, Bill?
do what now?
What's the cost of an Avada battery?
An Avada battery? I have no idea. What probably a wild stay 120? I would guess.
So you're talking after I've flown $500 worth of battery through, I have to stop flying.
Right. So this is for the casual FPV flyer. This is for someone like me and Ron who have glasses. But I've seen people talking like Brian, our friend Brian Mackey. He's talking about, hey, he's really starting to get hooked on the Avada. So he's thinking, oh man, I'll probably want to fly 10, 15 packs a day, And now I've got to take those goggles off and just set them down. And then I've got to put something else on. Now, they're great because they've got the diopters and everything, so you can see. That's fantastic.
You don't need to connect your phone for GPS.
I think Koopy said something in your place the other night talking about there was no fuzziness around the outer edges.
Yeah,
So-
that he saw on the goggles too. Yeah.
So all in all, they're made more for people that have this problem. But he said that he thinks they just cropped in the pictures, what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So instead of having a larger field of view, it's just kind of cropped in a little bit to get
Yeah.
rid of that craziness. So
You make Mel, you make a good point, but like a hobbyist like me, I'd probably never fly more than 4 batteries in a row. And even if I did plan on flying later in the day, I'd have a chance to recharge.
Are you watching your own stream chat? No, Bob, are you watching your own stream chat, or did they switch you over there now?
Yeah, no, I've got it up. I got 4 people on. I clicked through there.
Okay, and Bob left your side. That's weird. Where it looked like it was on. I don't know if it's on Facebook or anyway. Goggles 2 rule. Sorry for the weird faces. They don't fit.
Yeah.
So
No, that's not true. Wait a minute. You can connect the battery via. Right, man, but then you got to hang something else off your head, man. That's the whole point. So I mean, it'd be different if you could take that battery out and stick another one in and go. But now that's what they're talking about. You're going to have to attach something else to that apparatus to put another battery on there to extend the life even more. And then the whole point is eventually, if you want to charge the original battery, you're going to have to take them off and plug them in somewhere. So you can hot swap those other batteries all you want, but sooner or later, you're still going to have to recharge it. So I don't know. Something to think about.
Literally, I do what Icky Sack's saying. That's exactly
itchy sack.
So I've got an Inspire story for you, though. I got to play with the Inspire 2 today. So we're going to be starting to do some projects soon with it, and so we've been picking up some new batteries, right? And we picked up a new battery, and of course it's hot swappable, so you have to have the 2 batteries. And it was like, hey, your battery needs an update. And I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. Gotta love doing that. So update the battery, and then it updates the drone. So now the drone is incompatible with all my other batteries because it wouldn't let me update the battery by itself. So I update all the batteries, and then you know what I do? I plug the camera in and I turn it on, and guess what? My camera and gimbal are now incompatible with the rest of my drone and batteries. So I got to do 9 updates to update that one battery today because Inspires are lovely.
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe the new Inspire 3 will not be such a difficult bird to handle.
Yeah, I'm sure. DJI improves so much every time.
Yeah. Well, here's something I wanted to share. And it kind of disappoints me because it's not what I was hoping to begin with. Let me go, I'll do another present here. And this leads us into the next subject. What is everybody seeing here?
137?
No, I mean, okay, it's obviously a. Hey, Mike, what's up?
Zoom.
Yeah, it's
obviously a
cameras rather than 2.
Yeah, it's an RC Pro, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Integra battery should be easy to mod.
It's an iPhone 13 Pro.
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. But and that kind of disappoints me too because I'm hearing all kinds of craziness. Like that to begin with, I was hoping that there was going to be a 1/2-inch telly, there was going to be a 1-inch, and then there was going to have the micro 4 3/3 or micro 4 thirds. But now I'm hearing that it's just basically what they've done is they're trying to create as close as they can to lossless zoom up to 7x as possible. And I'm like, but why? Why? Because it's basically what
I'm
this is.
assuming it might be crisper. Would it be crisper? Because
Yeah,
I
no,
think
but-
when you
but
look
this
at
is-
like
Right, but this is supposed to be the Pro. This is supposed to be something that's going to want to make me and you, Angel, upgrade. And if all I'm getting is, are they going to offer focus stacking? Are they going to do something cool like that? Then that might make intriguing more if they can do that within the software and throw out a picture maybe. But this, just for video, I don't understand. Guys, does it make any sense to you? Because that's what I'm thinking here. That's what they're saying is it's just, they're trying to get as close to lossless zoom, or now we have 3 steps. So you're going to switch between 3 lenses. So I'm assuming your base lens, your larger lens is going to go 1 to 2x. And then the 1 inch sensor is going to go 3 to 6 and 6.9.
Right.
Yeah, and then the half-inch telly is going to take over from 7 to infinity, I guess.
28. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I will say that, you know, when you do 2 times or 3 times zoom, you do get a loss of quality. It still looks good, but you can tell it's not as crisp. So if it did take care of the 2 and 3, it's tempting. But I think the thing is that I'm not going to do it because clearly, you know, I'd like to be in a relationship. Unless my Mavic 3 dies.
Yeah, well, no, and see, there's like you can see this joke over here, but it does. Remember War of the Worlds, the original Martians, their faces kind of reminds you kind of like that.
Right.
So I think that was Charles Galuski posted something the other day, and was it was kind of funny that came up. I've been watching your shorts, X-Wing. Nice. Oh yeah, very cool. Okay, so X-Wing's putting up some very cool shorts. So Charles is letting everybody know that X-Wing's putting up some cool shorts. So, but
Bill, can I chime in for a second?
Yeah.
I've heard this. This is unconfirmed rumor. You know, this is definitely rumor mill here. But I hear that the new lens that's added to it will be a 1-inch sensor, and it'll be a 50 millimeter focal length. We have a 24 on the 4/3. And this 50 on a 1-inch, a 1-inch sensor will give it, the much better clarity. Like, what was the word Angel was saying? Crisper at that 50, yeah. Which is kind of double the 24. So just like doubling that, makes it, you're going to be able to, I don't want to use a crop in, but because it's not cropped and whatever. Well, it's 1 inch, so it's going to be cropped from a 4/3 essentially. But you're going to be able to get closer and it's going to look good. But to your point, Bill, that's going to be under the 7.
Yeah.
The middle ground is going to be much improved on this Mavic 3 Pro. But if you're looking to improve your long, unlimited range of 7,
it's not going to happen.
50, it's probably not going to be much better.
Because you can see how that it's built. It's obvious that it's the 4/3 on the bottom.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're going to say the half-inch is on the top left and the full inch is on the top right. Okay, so that's going back to what I had heard. What is the Air 2S? Is it a 24?
It's a 1-inch.
Right, but is it?
I forget the focal length. I forget if it's 24 or 28 or I don't remember.
Because now we're saying we've got a 1-inch sensor with a 50 millimeter.
With a 50, which is a traditional length for one of the lenses offered with the new Inspire 3 is a 50. In fact, the longest one offered is a 50.
So, right, and then think about this: if you've got if they've improved, because our original telly was a 1x1.8 or something.
What was a half inch on the Mavic 3 for the long lens?
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, so
35 millimeter format equivalent of 22 millimeters.
Oh wow! So. Goodbye, Air series. Goodbye, airline. We salute you. That's the end of the airline, folks. But can you imagine that there's something intriguing? They could throw a 50 millimeter on an Air 3,
right,
and add some other stuff to it, and maybe do a flip on it to make it go upright, and then that would make people jump.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, I'm convinced that DJI is just doing tests and then throwing the random components they have left over into new drones. Now we ordered 1,000 of these for testing. Let's turn it into model 3.74.
Yeah, well, remember, Kim, this is unusual. Like when the Phantom series came out, there were at least 4 or 5 Phantom 3s. There are at least 4 or 5 different Phantom 4s. So that's not unusual for them to make a whole bunch of variations of their kind of flagship drone to suit all users and needs and price points.
I mean, that is much bigger than what we have now.
Oh yeah, the Air 2S is on sale now. See, that's what I'm wanting to sell. I want to sell my Skydio 2 and I want to sell my Air 2S to have some money to put down on this guy. Because I don't fly them anymore, and it's like I don't want them to die. I would rather them go somewhere and have somebody fly them and get use out of them. So,
And if the rumors about this Mavic 3 Pro are true, I'm not sure it's a must upgrade unless you really value that middle range 1-inch, 50 millimeter.
That's pretty nice.
Camera. Again, I don't know if it's a must upgrade unless but that's important to you. Then it's important to you. And
they're calling it a 0.5. They're calling it a 0.5 upgrade, basically. But the thing about it is, Ron, all I need is the drone.
Yep.
All I need is the drone.
Yep.
I don't need anything else because I'm going to have my batteries already. I'm going to have my controller already. I'm going to have 2 controllers already, actually. So, and like I said, the Skydio 2, forgive me. Let me go ahead and get this off of here. The Skydio 2 is obsolete at this point. It is. It's obsolete. In my opinion. I mean, it's got great,
Well, for enterprise people, Bill, it has incredible enterprise software, and a lot of people use it for enterprise functions.
Hey,
And
Caleb,
it's an
can you hear?
American made, so
Caleb
Skydio-
have a Skydio 2 for sale that can be used for great enterprise purposes. Ron just brought it up and said, I need to.
Well,
that's
if
what I
you need
need.
to inspect the bridges or something like that or whatever.
You need to inspect bridges or something like that. You can get their software. Your yearly subscription, that is. Yearly subscription.
For hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But, Bill, I totally agree with you. I would advise anybody to buy Skydio 2 in April 2023.
Look at Skydio software for $3,000. I know. I'm trying to get rid of it. Can I? Wait a minute. Wait, Dale. Can I bring it in on consignment?
Consignment shop for drones.
Well, he's got his own business. He sells drones, rents drones, does all that stuff. So I'm just saying, hey, Marcel! Don't forget to watch Marcel at the end of the month in, what's it called again? Peter Pan and Wendy? Peter Pan and Wendy on Disney Plus. He's one of the pirates. Arrgh.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
But now he's back doing his work with hands. Somehow I knew that was going to be the answer.
Oh, I know.
Somehow I knew that was going to be the answer.
It was definite.
Yeah, here we go. Arrgh, arrgh.
One more important thing. What do you think the price point will be for this new Mavic 2 Pro?
Well, we saw
the current Mavic 3 is what, $21.95 or something like that.
Yeah, $21.99
with,
or whatever. Right.
What's the drone by itself? I'm going to tell you the drone by itself.
Okay. Well, what's
Going
the
on
Mavic?
right now.
What's the current Mavic 3 by itself? And what's compare? What's not compare apple to oranges? What's compare
Mavic
apples to
3
apples?
by itself is $20.49.
Okay, $20.49. Okay, and Bill's going to give
It
us
was
the Mavic 3 Pro.
$21.99 before, right? I think it was $21.99.
Right. And there's,
when it
I'm
first came
going to
out.
say right now, drone by itself, $2,200.
So we were only talking
Only
$150
$100?
increase.
I think the Mavic 3 is going to go back down to like 1950.
Can I give you a rumor, Bill? That the Mavic 3 is going to be discontinued going forward.
What?
You'll either buy the Classic or the Pro. There won't be a Mavic 3 going forward.
The
won't
Mavic
be
3 Classic by itself is $14.69.
Oh,
No,
well, so see, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. So $2,200 for the Pro version. So there's only going to be a Classic and a Pro, you said.
Right. There won't.
Okay, so wait a minute. So what's the 3 by itself? Is 20. So I'm gonna,
Angel
say-
said 2049.
okay, that German
Yeah,
leak. The
2049.
German leak said 2020. 2020 for the Pro. So even better for me, Ron. So basically, if I could sell the drones for $700 a piece, or say $800 for one, $600 for the other one, that'd give me $1,400 towards buying the drone, and I'd spend $700 towards. And this is what sucks, and we all know this. The bad thing with DJI is they love to EOL everything. And when that happens, you don't have batteries made anymore. You don't have firmware updates anymore. You got to rely on, just hoping that everything keeps going and working the way that it was. Fingers crossed, and go with that. So,
I will say that I've definitely gotten over 400 flights with the Mavic 3. So it feels like, you know, if I were able to get rid of it, I would. But there's no urgency. It's such a good, you know, it's such a great drone.
I bet you had a blast.
Puts out footage, unless somebody puts out footage that is like, oh my god, I need to do this. Otherwise, I'll hold out.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's really cool. See, Mike went out. He went out for a first ride. He was in riding in winds. So I'd say, yeah, that is pretty wild. Okay, let's see. Did they say? I don't know anything about any of that. I wouldn't see, that's an older drone that I would like to have. I would like to have a version 2 Phantom 4 Pro.
Well, yeah, well, to Dale's point here, it seems like DJI is doing a very good job at making their older drones remote ID compatible going forward. So kudos to them.
Yes, kudos to them. And that was very cool. Okay, wait a minute. So here's the other thing. I thought to begin with we know the Inspire's coming out tomorrow morning. Okay, yeah. I had originally thought that they were going to bring out the Inspire at NAB because DJI hasn't been to an event. I've been preaching this, but I honestly think now that they're going to debut the Mavic 3 Pro at NAB. So
what's that date, Bill? Do you have that?
The 15th through the 19th, I think, isn't it? Is it? So what, Bob?
So it starts Sunday. Strangely enough, the show starts Sunday, runs through Wednesday.
Okay, so 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah. It's funny you should say that, Bill. The rumor floating around is the Mavic 3 Pro is coming on the 20th.
Day after, huh?
So that kind of fits your timeline, Bill.
Right, but that would make... Ooh, whoa. M600 replacement? Yeah, okay, so you're thinking more on... Since it's more on a professional level, but I thought they were going to... That's the whole point, maybe of the 50. Maybe the 50 being in there is they're trying to lean more towards the professional end with the Pro. I don't know.
But I would think the Mavic 3 Pro would be a better... like for news organizations, for like local news, you know, I mean, they go out and, you know, pop a drone up at a event or something like that. And, you know, I would think that would be more than adequate for TV news.
Well, what about okay, go ahead, Ron.
But one more thought on that. I think Caleb's already going down there. I think the Mavic 3 Pro is going to be more one of those like kind of no big deal release from DJI. I don't think they really plan this as anything where they're going to do any kind of big event or announcement. It's just going to kind of squeak out.
Oh, sorry. I got a tentative fly date for Friday. Sorry, I had to go check it out.
Yeah, I don't think the Mavic 3 is going to be a big release. They're not going to make a lot of fuss over it.
So you think the Pro's just going to be kind of like they're not going to even, it's going to be a knockoff, no big.
It'll be something they have a press release and then it's up for sale. And then you won't see the regular Mavic 3 anymore.
Yeah. Wouldn't we already have a tease by now? If it was coming out on the 20th?
Yeah, good point. But
we've already gotten a boatload of teasers.
Bob. We just got the Inspire tease recently and it's coming out tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, probably by this weekend we'll get something. We'll get something from the Mavic 3. Probably like there you go. Maybe they tease it at NAB on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Maybe they tease it on Wednesday at NAB as they're closing out their event.
Well, Bob, run down there this week and see if DJI got a little booth or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, I'm meeting a few guys, and we're going to do that, and hopefully Monday we're going to go out fly him too. So
you're going to go out flying the Mavic 3 Pro?
Don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, and we don't have any.
Bill, if this happens, there'll be 4 Mavic 3s soon. Of course, the City, the Mavic 3, the Classic, and then the Pro. So just going back like the Phantom 4 days or whatever, there'll be like 4 variations of the same drone.
But like you said, it's going to be like Coke, New Coke, and Coke Classic. Eventually, New Coke's going to
Zero?
disappear. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, New Coke's going to disappear from the shelves, and you'll just see Coke Classic, and then slowly, a little bit later, Coke Classic will disappear, and it'll just say Coca-Cola. Yeah, here you go. Exactly. So
Yeah.
they'll have the launch tomorrow morning,
Yep.
and then we'll start getting the heavier video leaks. I wonder if he's got inside information. Hey, what's up, Alex? Hey, wait a minute. Okay, y'all, since we're at that point, we're at the point to where Angel's going to come in, and he's going to have an important part of this show because I'm going to turn this particular segment of the show over to him. But first, I have one left.
Oh.
I have one that I was supposed to give away last week, but I didn't get to give away.
Hold up
We
your
have,
head like Johnny Carson, Bill.
yeah.
Yes.
Mm,
Oh, Bob,
wait.
Hey, Bob remembers Johnny Carson.
Oh yeah, of course. Yes.
Things
you need
to
a
keep-
turban on. You need a turban.
Things
You know?
to keep people. No. I have wolf ears. See,
That's good enough, Bob.
I have
That's
wolf
good
ears.
enough.
I have wolf ears.
Yeah, wolf ears.
These came from Great Wolf Lodge. They were free. So anyway, they keep your drone safe case. They keep your drone case safe. Dyslexia. Oh boy. Anyway, no, it would be more like Carsonac, Carnac, but instead it would be like what? Drone Therapanac. So anyway, let me think.
Write that down along with the angel wave.
Yeah,
That's right.
ride the
Gotta ride
angel
the
wave.
angel wave.
Ride that. Wait a minute.
Ride that angel wave. Well, right on out of here.
Ride. I gotta write that down. The
gotta
angel
make a
Right,
sticker
look at
now.
the jingle or song.
wave.
We gotta make a
And-
sticker now.
We'll get Dennis Lovelady to put the music.
There you go.
We'll write a
All
little
right, let me get this up.
ukulele,
I gotta get my where's my StreamYard stuff? Okay, giveaway tool. What are we gonna make the giveaway? What are we gonna call the giveaway?
We could give away a Mavic 3 Pro.
No, we're giving away a sticker pack, Ron. We're giving away your Mavic 3 Pro, but not mine because I don't have one yet because I still haven't sweet talked my wife.
We might as well give Inspire 3 away while we're
I'm
at
trying to think. What do we want to? Okay, y'all in the, no.
Just do C2CD. Just like you got on the top of the channel.
okay.
C2CD. Make it nice and
Oh,
easy.
no, not at two. We're gonna say capital letters too. Let me share this. Nah. Share screen window. Where's it at? No. Is that it? Nope, it's not showing that. Chrome tab. There it is. That's what I want. There we go. Cool. Ooh, we have 0 entries. Hashtag C2CD. Now, see, that's what I'm thinking about with the Mavic 3, right? The Mavic 3 Pro. And I have brought this up a million times. Okay, we got a 1/2 inch, an inch, and 4/3. What about, like I said, what about focus stacking? Like I said, we have 4 entries. Woohoo! 4 entries.
Bill, does
6
any,
entries.
does any current consumer drone have focus stacking built in?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Does anybody know if any other consumer drones have focus stacking? And since we've got a 3-tiered here, that's enough to. I mean, 5 would probably be better, but 3 is enough to stack, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the guesstimate on price? I'm saying anywhere from 2,000 all the way up to 2,200 for the drone by itself. Oh wow, that is cool. Had a Mini 2 update. Wait a minute. Mini 2 update.
I heard that the Mini 2 had an update.
We have 10 entries. 10 entries. We have 10 entries.
The Nano Plus also had an update recently, Bill.
Oh, I love having that mute button. Oh, on the Inspire. Oh, price tag for the drone by itself. What do we figure? 9,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the going guess.
That's just the drone by itself, and
no
probably
camera included.
Yeah, and that's without the camera. So you, with the camera and one lens, what? 25, 26? Is something like that.
I mean, that what full frame.
Yeah. And then if you want extra lenses, 40. Let's say
Right.
40.
I don't know which lens. I don't know if they'll be.
Wait. Ready to hear the $40,000 for 20 minutes of flight time.
Such a deal.
Imagine how many Mavic 3s you can buy and have it from different angles.
Hashtag C2CD. Hashtag C2CD. Okay, if you're not, that's the bad thing about it is if you're not on the actual coast-to-coast drones feed.
Oh, it won't work if you're on my channel.
Yeah, if you're on
I have
Bob's
4
channel,
people.
or if you're
Bill
on
Grace.
Facebook, then you just put in a hashtag like that. It's not going to work. I'm going to let y'all know.
Okay.
I love that you all are still watching from different channels, but the only way you're gonna qualify. See, I've got 10 entries. Those are people that are actually watching right here on the show. I was down towards Dale just like 2 weeks ago.
Huh.
He even commented. He was like, "Well, you're just down here near me," and I was like, literally, like, what, 15 miles away, maybe. But I had all my clients there.
What town
too.
is he near, Bill?
Centralia.
Oh, Centralia. We have a Centralia in Pennsylvania also.
It's like where I was born at in Virginia is a place called Marion, and there's like a Marion in every town on the East Coast you could think of, because they called it. His name was Francis Marion, the Swamp Fox, and they went, "Well, he took a leak here. Let's name this place Marion."
He got around, huh?
Yeah, he peed on a tree about 6 miles from where my house was.
Do you still smell the urine?
Yeah, exactly. It's protected now. It's protected. It's a protected tree.
A shrine.
Yeah. Anyway, we have 13. I'm going to wait 1 more minute, 6:22, and I'm going to go. Like I said, so we got that. Charles, is your neck feeling better? Thanks,
What happened to
Marcel.
Charles' neck? Charles,
Yeah, I'm not denying that there's.
To the focus stack
No, I totally get that.
Neo.
Exactly, but the whole point is what if it comes straight out of your drone already focus stacked?
That would be really nice, Bill.
Yeah, exactly. So you just got to put a little extra sauce on it, man. Throw it out there, and you're done.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through the actual. Now, don't get me wrong. I've just started getting into focus stacking here recently, and I do love it. I'm not going to deny it. I think it's better than like an HDR merge. To be honest with you, I think it's better. So.
If you want more than one area of your photo in focus, it is.
Yeah. But I'm talking about if you're going to do an HDR merge, though, then you kind of want everything to be kind of sharp, At least
that's all up to the photo. Like I don't necessarily want my skies to be real sharp.
Oh, really? I hate when my skies get all pixelated and broke up. It drives me nuts. I don't know why. But I tend to blow stuff I take stuff too far all the time. All right, we got 13. I said 6:22, and I've already passed that, so I need to get back over. Where the hell is it? There it is.
To it.
Yep, here we go. Here goes. Here's the draw for the 13 people that are entered.
Good luck, everybody.
Here we go. Woo! Did
I
my
can
wife
already say it's rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged. Come on.
Mike! Yay! That's cool.
He rode that angel wave right to the winning stick.
That's that 100-mile. That's that 100-mile ride today. That's what he got for that 100-mile ride. All right, I'll holler at you after a while, Mikey.
We got your address, Mike.
No, I'm not 100% sure if I do. You know my short-term memory.
I just want to sound confident, Bill.
Mike and I share short-term memory loss. So he knows I'll get with him to get it to him so I can get it sent to him.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem. All right, I'm going to stop sharing here.
Don't worry.
All righty. Okay, so coming up next, we're going to go over... Oh, okay. Okay. I thought I was wrong. Maybe he's going somewhere where I guess I can't go. So I thought my drone date for Friday is all canceled now. It's okay. I guess there's
Bill,
always Saturday.
Are you interested in flying tonight after the show, or you got to do stuff with your
I have to do.
child, right?
I always have to do stuff after the show with my child. Always.
Okay. I was about to
That's-
say,
that's-
we
that's-
got
that's
sunset
part of
till
the di-
7:54.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna probably jump out in the backyard as the best I can do. But the yeah, that's part of the deal and the arrangement that I have with my wife. That's why I'm always
Got
on
it.
Wednesdays. When I
That
get
makes
done,
sense, that makes
and that's why sometimes when it's like after 7 o'clock and I'm like, blah, 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 and I'm like, because I'll hear the gate close or I'll hear a door kind of close with some.
Force.
Yes, some vigor to it, And I'm like, I've been on a little bit too long. And it's like before we went live tonight, Caleb and me and Bob were all just jaw jacking, and then it was like time to go live, and I was like, oh God, we're late. Jesus, oh God, no, oh. All right, so this is the thing. I'm ready. Everybody here in chat, we need participation from the people in chat to make this even more fun. All right,
Okay.
I'm asking you. Are drone Karens real? All right, Angel. Are drone Karens real?
Yeah,
Oh, tell us a
absolutely.
story. Does anybody here besides Angel have a drone Karen story? No.
I've
Caleb,
never got one.
Caleb,
No.
you ever had a drone Karen story?
I don't think so. Just have
All
to educate people is the worst.
Okay, all right. Angel, take it away.
Yeah, so I was. This happened a year ago. It was a beautiful evening, and I try to fly very inconspicuously, so I'm not out there, out in the middle of the park or go in near the Ferris wheel. The Mary whatever. The Ferris wheel downtown, right? Like we had a friend that went out there and flew right from there, and of course that was a bad choice. But I went to this park, and I'm sitting outside the park, and I take off, and this lady is like 100 yards away, and she comes over and she says, you've ruined my Sunday happy hour with my husband by flying your drone. And that thing's buzzing around, and I literally put it up and took it out. And so she wasn't the Karanos, the final boss of the Karens, but definitely had a way about her that you could tell there was some venom and animosity. The husband stayed, and he was drinking his whatever they were drinking, but it was an interesting experience because it's like, oh, no problem, but yeah. So I know, and you see all these other videos of people getting approached by Karens. So let's talk about the Karens here.
Okay. But nobody's saying it. Ron, how you feeling? I noticed that I know you've been sick and everything. How you doing over there? I just figured I'd check on you.
No, I'm going almost an hour here. I better run. The voice is starting to hurt a little bit here, and I'm still fighting all that stuff in my head and the post nasal. So I'm gonna say my goodbyes early and
Alrighty.
rest the voice up. But folks, it's nice to be back on the show. I've been on the road for a couple of weeks here, but back in town now, back in Margate City, and ready for some good weather, some drone flying down here, and I'll probably be up tomorrow morning early watching that Inspire 3 launch. I don't plan on buying it, but I'll try to garner as much information as I can about it on whatever DJI does tomorrow.
Are you gonna do a live stream in the morning with Marcus?
I doubt it, but I think Bill the Drone Reviews plans on doing a recap around noon or whatever.
Okay.
But I'll try to gather as much information as possible. The big thing with these almost drones is not the price, not even just when it's actually going to ship. You know what I mean? Like when will it reach somebody's hands who actually tries to buy it tomorrow? That's always the big question on these type of drones. So
Yep. For sure.
So,
all right, Ron. What about you? Going to be back next Monday on Drone Nation?
I unless I make a what do you call it? When you relapse or whatever. Hopefully, I'm going for a full show next Monday night. So yeah.
I'm sorry.
My wife's still putting into the weather with the COVID, so I hope I don't kind of re-catch it again. But
okay.
So
Well, you get some rest and eat some chicken noodle soup,
Thank
Ron.
you so much,
Get some
Bill,
rest,
and the crew. I'm going to ride this angel wave right on out of here tonight.
Ride the angel wave, man. Ride the angel wave.
Thank you, and we'll see.
Hey, I have some news, Ron. That stay tuned with. Listen in. I do have some news to share today.
Okay, go for it.
I'm just going to go down and get my drink or whatever, and I'll be right back.
All righty.
All right.
Okay.
See you.
Night. All right. Now, what were you wanting to say, Bob?
Well, I had conversation yesterday with 2 employees of DJI who are in their government relations department in Washington, D.C. And I've got a tentative or soon to be scheduled appointment with my U.S. Senator to talk about DJI. And I had a conversation arranged mainly with Vic Moss, helped arrange the meeting. And we did a video meeting yesterday. And I got some extremely interesting documents from them outlining exactly where the data from DJI drones are going. And what I found out, which I didn't know before, is absolutely, if you're flying, according to them, if you're flying in the United States, your data never leaves the United States. I didn't know that.
Yep.
So that was news to me, and I have a multi-page document here.
Oh, did you hear this, Ron?
From DJI, and listing all the independent contractors that have approved DJI, that prove that they are not sending out data to any other place, and another document telling about the encryption method. And they kind of off the counter, it doesn't say in this document, but they say that your storage is on Amazon Web Service.
Okay.
That's
So it's on, but okay, so it's on Amazon Web Service. Okay, have a good one, Ron. That was the breaking news that Ron now has, and he can give to everybody else. So, all right. What was I going on to next? That was very cool. I think we all kind of figured that. We kind of had that basic idea. I think part of it is it's political, and I'm sure that there's metadata that they can get a hold of from your photos and stuff that we would really not know about if they wanted to. Like, literally, where I live at is close to somewhere that they might like to take pictures of, but I don't think it is. But I think that they could get metadata. I don't know. Who knows? And Bob, if you look at the private chat, Ron was letting you know that he was grateful for giving that information.
Yep.
Good. Okay. Now, what do we think about? We know it's coming. We know it's already past time for the manufacturers to supposedly be able to have their drones ready for it, but we've got lists. Or is it? It's this year, right? We got to have it ready by, what is it this year when remote ID kicks in full? September
16.
So September 16. So we're getting closer and closer. So everybody knows what the deal is, and whose regulations are you going to fly under? Who are you going to follow? What are you going to do? How are you going to work it? Are you always going to have your certificate with you? Are you going to have it laminated and carried around your neck? Are you going to go ahead and get your 107? These and things can be brought up and talked about now. Yeah, Dale was talking about September 16th.
Yeah. Don't know.
September
Don't
16th.
know. I mean,
right?
I'm an AMA member, so I mean, they have a CBO,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously I could fly under that, but I mean, I'd fly under anybody's CBO if I had to,
I think you're gonna have like if a cop shows up, you're gonna have to spout out which CBO you're following, and you'll have to be able to document. Like, we all have a checklist now. You have to do all that stuff, and you have to. And normally, I'll be honest with you, I check my props real fast, and I don't really do a whole major, I'll do everything inside before I ever go outside. Usually I'll check all the firmware and all that stuff, but I don't know how I'm going to go about you know, because you're supposed to, you know, check this and check your battery levels and all this and mark all this off and check all this. And I'm like, I don't know how many people are actually going to do all that stuff. It's almost like driving a truck, you know, where you got to keep a log. You keep a log, Caleb, right, when you're on the job?
Some we use a lot of air data for that.
Yeah. If you sync to air data,
Yeah.
Right.
keeps
Same.
keeps a good list of everything.
But yeah, we do keep some logs of different things. Obviously, crashes, battery usages, any maintenance issues. I don't know. Yeah, there's some things.
Well, yeah, I know you don't care. Just fly the damn drone. Okay, so air data is going to do everything that's going to be required to meet CBO requirements. So here's another subscription you got to have. How many flights do you get a month on air data before you get to, like, that's another thing. You get what? Like 100 flights and you get
Plan
to
limit. So I paid for it. Plan limit 400.
and you have to delete after that.
I think it just purges as it goes.
It purges.
Oh, really? Okay, so it just drops the oldest one.
Just keeps the latest 100 flights.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you don't actually have to do it yourself.
No.
And that's the free version for 100 flights, right?
Right.
Okay. And that would be great for me. You can change CBOs depending on what type of flying you want to do. Right, but don't you have to, when you go out and fly, don't you have to pretty much stick to one CBO? Or can you, like, wait a minute, let me get my FPV drone, I'll be switching CBOs. I mean, is that how it works? Wow, look at that. 1,200. $35 a month for 400. $35 a year for 400. Right? How many do you have? How much is your plan for, Caleb?
I'm not sure on that one. I
Okay,
do
so
not know that one off the top of my head.
all right. I wonder how much the plan for 1,200 is. Probably what, $80, something like that.
Yeah, they're generally not too expensive.
Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you. Bless you again. Buddha bless you.
Oh wow, $6.99 a month for 1,200. Oh wow, there you go. I need to get some air here. I'm getting warm. This 2 cups of coffee energy drink's getting to me.
Yes, we had to turn the air conditioning on here at our house here.
I feel sorry for you this summer, man. I think it's going to be vicious out there this summer.
Yes, we had our 3.5 days of spring.
Yeah,
That's over.
really.
You know,
Yeah, exactly.
really, it went from 40 degrees to 90. You know.
Yeah. Well, that's like when we come back, we're thinking about coming in November. So Mom, she was like, yeah, man. She's like, I don't want to go back when it's hot, super hot again, because we went when it was about as hot as it could possibly get.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
was
don't
like,
come
man,
in November. I'm going to be gone in November again. don't come when I'm gone.
I'm trying to. She wants to go back. She wants to go back, but I don't know how. It's just crazy how hard it is for us to work out to be able to go do stuff together. It's just ridiculous. Where people. Oh, anyway, let's get off that subject. Okay, so we talked about remote ID. All right, I guess it's time to go squirrel. We're at that squirrel point in time. Okay, so what's anybody watching on TV? Of course, we're all talking about Mandalorian, right?
Oh, is he in
I
that
haven't
show?
watched it.
You don't ever watch Mandalorian?
I haven't watched lately.
What? You were bored? I heard you say that. Oh. Okay.
I'm waiting to so we can binge a bunch of them at a time
Guess what?
on Mandalorian. That's
I don't have to. My wife's already done that with my daughter, but it would be like 7:30 before I could go anywhere anyway. So I'd have to stay here anyhow. Let's see. The AMA is very restrictive with the rules. For FP flying, so you have to fly under a less restricted. There you go. Right. So that's what I'm saying. But wait a minute. What's he saying? Fuchsia face. Squirrel, best I can do. Good. All right. So, Mando. People were talking about. They were thinking about that Mandalorian is going to be spin-off. But what people don't understand is Pedro wants to leave the series. See, Pedro Pascal wants to leave the series because, he wants to do, he's getting offers for movies, more serious roles. So he doesn't want to be stuck doing Mandalorian the whole time. So they needed to come up with a way to carry the storyline along. Supposedly he was going to take over, and we were going to find out further down the line that he was basically like a stolen child from a royal line, and so he was going to take over. But as things went on, and Pedro became more disenfranchised with the franchise, let's say, he talked, and he started finding other roles and stuff. So he said, "Hey, I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to keep doing this forever." So now we're leaning over, and the girl's taking over because they've already laid the groundwork's already there for her to go, and the story makes sense. Plus, I'm understanding that they're going to start making some Mandalorian movies to give us like backstories on their religions and how they evolved and everything that's coming on, that kind of thing. So anybody else?
Finally learning about the plot in like the last episode of the show.
Yeah, kinda. What happened was he basically said, "I'm not gonna." They wanted to sign him for like 6 seasons, and he was like, "No, I'll stay for the 3rd season, which is my contract, and then I'm leaving." So they had to figure out, and he did this at the end of season 1. And so they had to figure out how to work it back around. So that's why she became such a prominent character now. Well, that's what it's, all the chat rooms and stuff are saying. Succession.
Yeah,
Succession.
I was watching the last one, and in the first 23 minutes, he was in it for 135 seconds.
Yeah. So yeah, basically that's like I said. Plus he was also shooting that HBO limited series that he shot. So so he wasn't, it was very difficult. But that's what he's saying. He wants to do more movies. He wants to do more stuff like that. So he's going to be there less and less and less. So they had to find a way to, carry on the storyline, and they just went with that because it was easier. It was easier to lay the groundwork. Succession on HBO. Anybody watch that or know about that?
Fiance watches on it. I haven't seen much of it.
Oh, well, this is last season. And it's one of those really, because the family itself is vicious, so you could probably get into it if you watch it, because they're always cutting somebody's nuts off, and I mean it's serious. I mean that in a figurative means, but they're always some family members always trying to outdo another family member, and they're cutthroat the way they do it. So it's really cool to watch how vicious they get. And this is the last season, so it's cool to watch. A lot of people, I saw some people, Mark was talking about how he'd already binged Mandalorian. He was going to binge Strange New Worlds, which were coming up on the new season very soon. I think it's next month, as a matter of fact. I'm not 100% sure. I know it's May or June. I'm thinking it's May. So yes, get caught up now. And if you loved the original series, you're going to love Strange New Worlds, because I absolutely have I've actually started watching it again. I've watched the season probably about 4 times already, the first season, just to check out the Enterprise and everything and try to figure out where they're going to lead it from here. Anybody else want to go with some squirrel notes?
I was about
No?
to say,
Not really?
I was looking at like the remote ID stuff. So what if we made a FRIA based on coast to coast drones that covers the whole country? It's a community-based organization, right?
Yeah, but how are we going to go about doing that? How are we going to go? I don't know how to apply for one. That's a Caleb thing, man. That's a Caleb thing. We'll make it a Tesla Drones CBO.
Yeah.
A Tesla's Drones. Sorry, Tesla's Drones CBO. So it'll be TDCBO.
Yeah, I haven't really kept up on the community stuff. I'm not sure what the requirements are exactly.
We don't have much longer to get one in, I don't think. Or is it passed by? Anybody know?
No. It says only
No.
FAA-recognized community-based organizations and educational institutions, such as primary and secondary schools, trade schools, colleges, and universities, are eligible to request the establishment of a FRIA. A FRIA is defined geographic area where drones can be flown without remote ID equipment.
An
Both the
AMA
drone and the
field.
pilot must be located within the FRIA's boundaries throughout the operation, In addition, the pilot of the drone must be able to see it at all times through the duration of the flight.
Well, that all sounds well and good, but how the fuck are we going to enter into a school?
Oh no, we become a community-based organization.
Right, but I'm saying the thing about it is that then we can only say
CBO?
fudge. We have to say fudge. Fudge, little people. Fudge. Please walk away so that I might say profanity while you leave.
You don't want to offer courses, Bill?
Offer courses in bullshit?
I mean, they didn't say what the university had to be of.
Well, no, but I mean, it's saying recognize like a curriculum that's going to be recognizable by a school.
No,
Well,
community-based organization.
Look!
You don't have to
Hey,
be
see,
a school.
Angel did have that bald tan guy, and see, I changed mine, but then he's like, no, he's like, now he's got to be ride the angel wave.
I changed it. I was like, oh,
So
cool.
I was like, no, I'm the bald clear guy, because if I try to go get suntanned, I turn pink or well done, and then I just peel.
And I do feel white right now, like I'm pale compared to normal. Sorry, no offense to people.
Yeah, we're not trying to offend anybody. We're just being normal, man. We're being people. You know, remember when people were people and didn't give a shit about stuff like that? Yeah, that's what we are.
There's some people saw photos of me when I was younger. They're like, "Wow, you look dark." I'm like, "Yeah, I look like I have cancer right now."
Wait.
I'm like being in the office all day. There you go. There you go.
Oh, come on. Bill, you really need to see that?
Oh God!
Oh yeah! Wait a minute.
Oh,
We need to go
it's
stick.
amazing.
We need to. Wait. Where's the?
Actually, when Bob, when you did that, you kind of had like the Yoda ears look going. You know?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. See?
Yes. You know, of course.
Grogu comes out. Grandpa. I don't think Caleb was wearing a hat. No, Caleb has a full head of hair. Don't kid yourself. Caleb has a full head of hair.
Got the camera. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, but Caleb has a full head of hair.
Something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, is Gandalf? Wait a minute, Gandalf. Battle of the Bald Guys. Is your head shinier or is my head shinier? Wait, let me get the chrome polish. Oh yes, we're definitely at that point in the show. We're definitely at that point in the show. But we're kind of. Anybody got anything they want to?
Community-based organization. I'm gonna sign up. We're gonna make a coast-to-coast drones CBO here. Let's do it.
Well, you do realize there's also a business in Texas called Coast to Coast Drones. Also,
Okay.
just to give you a heads
We're gonna
up.
call it Ride the Angel Wave. Drone
There you go. That's it. And we're going to give historical accounts of Caligula.
I like it.
What if you made the CBO drone therapy instead?
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, we could do that. We might, don't mention the squirrel. Anything but the squirrel. Don't tell them about the squirrel. I came up with another slogan the other night all by myself. Crocs and socks rock.
By the way, Andrew, we are, originally actually I was going to take this analog Cinewhoop and turn it to digital, but now I think I'm going to put it on this guy and just make the digital screw around, kind of basher freestyle.
Ah. Beater drone. There you go.
Okay, so here's the
NC 1701 CBO.
Here's the rules for a CBO. So you gotta, have a 501c3 for the IRS, tax exempt. The mission of which is demonstrably the furtherance of model aviation, provides a comprehensive set of safety guidelines for all aspects of model aviation, addressing the assembly and operation of model aircraft. Provides programming and support for any local charters, affiliates,
That's
or
cold,
clubs.
Brian. That's cold.
So,
Wanna
Angel, we
do,
could have an Old Farts with Drones CBO.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. And a drone therapy CBO.
Well, congratulations, Lance. I don't know. What are the odds running? Should we bet?
Oh, yeah.
Should we bet? Should we bet?
Ah.
He knows Lance isn't watching, so that's why he put the joke up here. Anyway, let's see, good one. Ooh, that would be cool, but I didn't want to buy all the. Oh, why not? You don't like all-in-ones? I don't understand. Or can't you? Okay, well, yeah, I guess it would be hard. You could make it would be. Couldn't you stack a squirt though? I guess it would kind of throw the weight off, but.
You stack a square, yeah. This guy's basically stacked. Mini stacked. And well, no, this isn't really stacked either because it's got the air unit in the back, which I don't. Yeah, there's not really a good way to see it.
Yeah, but you're talking. He didn't. He got a regular FPV drone, and you have an Avata, which is a big difference from the kind of drone he got. He's going to have a learning curve that's going to be rough because he got a real FPV drone. So I mean, he'll start out stabilized, maybe.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
We'll just have to see. Oh, it's already got a stack on it. Okay. So you have an all-in-one on it, or do you have? Caleb, do you have an all-in-one on there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what he's saying. He doesn't want to put an all-in-one on there. Later! Oh, talk to... Yep, we understand. Oh, wink, 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 wink. Like I said, an air with a 1-inch 55mm sensor on it that can go vertical. Woohoo! Yeah, you see what he's going to do? He's going to go fly. So he's going to send all his data to China.
Or not.
Let me find that.
That's right. You got to be careful.
Oh, we're at 52. We're at 52. Where is it? Where's my thing? There it is, right there. Right there. If you get a chance, people, roll over here. Check this place out.
It's really awesome that you got to talk to Vic, Bob. That guy's like a hero.
Oh, Vic Moss? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's your hero?
Well,
He's like a hero to all of us.
he's a member of the FAA advisory committee, and
I think there could be better people that could represent the hobby than him. No offense.
he
I'm
was
trying to be
able
mean,
to
but
connect me directly, get me connected to DJI's people in Washington D.C. who are.
well, I totally get
working-
that, Bob, but that don't do jack shit for me and you in the hobby. Nothing. It does wonders for DJI and their public view, but it doesn't do shit for me and you in the hobby. And I think we need somebody on that board that's a flat-out hobbyist, does not have any professional ties to the sport or the hobby whatsoever. I don't think Vic's a great guy. He's a very nice guy. I'm not saying that. But it should not be someone that makes their living from drones. It should be someone that's just a hobby and just a hobby alone. That's and that way I would feel that they're representing the hobbyist. But people like the first thing what's his partner's name went out and put a patent on the remote ID device, so that you could broadcast the remote ID device. I'm like, and then you apply and get on the board. I'm like, and I'm like, I'm seeing too much of a conflict here. I'm not saying that he's not a nice guy. I'm not saying that. But there's better people to represent the hobby, than someone who makes a living off of the hobby. I would rather just a strict hobbyist, somebody like Angel, somebody like Bob, you don't make a living. You make a living off of advertising stuff. Someone like you, Bob, because you understand, because you know what it takes to pull out the money, to save the money to get your drone, to save your money to get the next drone and the next drone. He doesn't have to worry about that. They send him drones to test. He doesn't ever have to worry about that. Like me, like if I or you, if we're out somewhere and we are like, oh man, I wish I had 2 more batteries, but they're really expensive. I can't buy them now. That's the kind of hobbyist I think should be on the board. The one that really loves the sport, and like I said, he has to make sacrifices in order to continue his hobby. Not someone who it benefits from the position as well as helping the community. I mean, I would rather just a flat helping hand, and that's it. I'm not saying, like I said, every time I've interacted with him, he's been super, super nice. He's been super, super polite. He's never been rude to me. I'm not trying to say he's a bad guy. But, again, he makes money off of the hobby. And to be a truly representative of the hobby, it needs to be someone who it's just a hobby for. Someone, like I said, I'm sorry, but Caleb would be disqualified because he makes a living off of it, So
I've taken some jobs. I've done, a few handful of real estate jobs, and I've done some other jobs that I've gotten, actual checks for, kind of thing. So, but 80% of my flying is for fun.
Exactly. That's my whole point of it. You don't travel around and give talks and meetings and seminars, and you're not a figurehead for that reason. I'm just saying, I would rather it be somebody I didn't really know who it was. But I could go to his YouTube channel and he might have 200 videos up of him flying a drone in his backyard. That I would know that he loves it so much. And say if he had like 6 or 8 different drones that he had flown over a period of time, and he's like, I sold this one to get this one, and I sold this one to get this one, and I sold this one to get this one. That's the kind of guy I would feel would represent the hobby in its truest form. That's why I did drone therapy, honestly, because I would have a crappy day, because I was working at a fish factory at that point in time. And it smelled horrible. It was bad. It just sucked sometimes. And sometimes they would work us 7 days a week for like 8 and 10 weeks at a time. We just didn't get any time off. And I hated that, man. And the only way I would get any kind of peace was we come home. And at that point in time, I had a ProMark P70, which is kind of like a SEMA X8 knockoff, right? And I would fly it. And then I would just be like, all that stress and everything that I would have from work that day, I would just be like, and it would just I'll leave my body because I'd be looking at the beautiful sky and the water and stuff that I normally couldn't get the view of, right? And I was thinking, this is fantastic, this is great. And then I started upgrading. And then, to begin with, I wanted to hoard all my drones. I wanted to keep every single one of them, right?
I'm in that.
And then I got to the point that's when me and Ron Brown hooked up. And Ron was the first person that really stuck it in my head about that's not fair to the drone. And he said, look, he said, if you're gonna save all these drones, you're just gonna set it on the shelf, and eventually your batteries are gonna decay to the point to where they're not gonna be worthy anymore, they're not gonna work anymore. And then you're not going to be able to find batteries for the drone that you have on that shelf. And you'll be lucky if it charges enough to get it in the air. And then when you have it in the air, you're never going to be for sure if something's not going to fail and it falls right out of the sky. So you're going to be thinking about that. And then, of course, if it's a DJI drone or an all-tail drone, it's an older one that they've already end-of-lifed. You can't get parts for it anymore. They're really hard to come by. You can't get batteries anymore. You have to get bootleg stuff, so they end up dying. So Ron was the one that got it into my head about you can sell them and upgrade. He said, you're sending the drone to somebody that's going to take advantage of it. They're going to fly it, and that way the drone has a longer life. It's going to be used more often. It's going to be, and then plus, you're actually putting a nest egg together to buy your next drone, which lightens the blow with your significant other when you say, hey, I want to have a new drone, baby. And then you go, but I'm going to sell 2 drones to have some money towards it, right?
Yeah.
Well, how much you gonna spend? $4,000? No, just 700. Oh, just 700? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So then you get 2 brownie points, and you go, but since you said 4,000, let's just subtract that 700, and then I get 33 more to spend, right?
Yeah.
And she'd be like, nope. Oh, we're talking about Mikey for the... Bob would be the ambassador to the North Pole. Yes, Santa needs to bring more drones, Bob. You need to talk to the man on the North Pole. He needs to bring more drones this year. Family-friendly drones. More family-friendly drones.
Yes.
That's a bunch of electronic crap I got to deal with. Those bins back there. So it's just electronic. I don't have any FPV. Well, I do have an FPV drone in the closet, and yeah.
You know, remember the little 4D whatever, that drone that I had a couple weeks ago? I bought another one of those and gifted it to my cardiologist today for his 6-year-old son. So more family friendly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm like Oprah. I get all the whole family get drones.
Yes.
Look at that slow-mo. Woo, slow-mo. We took the grandkids to the Imagine Museum here in Everett yesterday. That place was packed too, man. I'm telling you, packed. You ever brought your kids up here, Angel?
No.
You know, the Imagine Museum, dude, is huge. I mean, and there's tons of things to do. There's like all kind. They've like got craft rooms, and they've got like whale bones, and they've got like,
my
man,
kids are now too old for this, man. They my daughter might be up for it. My son is gonna be like, I'm good. Just give me my laptop and I'll be happy.
I had pretty much, we were playing. They had one of these like vacuum tube things, to where you would put like a cloth in it, and it would go through all these tubes and blow out another area. It was actually pretty cool because I would like change the wind, and my grandson was trying to figure out which one it was going to come out, and I'd be like, and then like he'd figure it out, and then right before we get there, I'd change it. And he'd be like, "That's not fair! That's not fair!" He's like, "You're supposed to let it go out there." And that was where I got that little slow-mo thing of the vortex. There's even a little water area where you can put on like a little smock and everything and go in and play with it. It's really neat. Anyway. No. What's creepy? What did we do creepy? Oh, Dan came in and yawned. It's that time. Dan comes in to yawn.
No, Marcel.
I had itchy nuts earlier.
My dog in the corner. My dog is in the corner here, passed out.
It's an animatronic dog.
Yeah.
It's remote control.
Mine is usually under right at my feet. He's not there tonight. I don't know where he is, but he's not here tonight. But that's where his normal.
That's where Sparky's normally under my feet, but he's not tonight because I took him to have his teeth cleaned yesterday, and he's like he's in fuck you mode.
Yes, yeah, he's not happy with you.
Our relationship is ruined right now, right? That's what.
That's okay. He'll love me when I rattle the begging strip bag.
Exactly. Well, what I was going to say, Bill, what I was about to say is, if you want it, I'm down to come up and fly. If you think you're clear, because it's still beautiful outside.
Yeah, you can come up here.
Well, it looks like Caleb is ready to fly. He's on
the other side of the water. He's on the other side of the water.
He's on the other side of the water, though. I know. Yeah,
I'm not sure what about this tells you I'm ready.
So he's going to fly. He's going to fly from the other side of the water over here and meet us in the middle in the bay.
We'll meet in the middle. We'll spin around each other and fly back.
Oh yeah.
Apparently that's not the greatest idea because my wife had to give my daughter a shower early because she had an accident. So apparently she's under the weather, so I have to fly alone. But nah, it's okay. I mean, I appreciate it. You're going to get to come up here soon enough, but they've had some kind of virus, and my wife even went to the doctor. We've all tested. None of us have COVID, but it's still hanging on to my wife and my daughter, but me, it's already gone. So I don't know for sure what it is. And then, like, that's what she yelled at me a minute ago, and she was like, I already gave her a shower, and I was like, what? And then she explained to me that, she's not feeling good and she had an accident, so probably not a good idea for me to have company tonight, just in case I have something strange. I don't want to give it to you. Yeah. He's like, enough with the details, man. We've all figured out what's going on. You don't need to be so direct and explain everything.
So I guess we don't want to talk with these Northwest guys about hockey, do we? No.
Well, we actually qualified for the playoffs this year.
Well, yeah, when we actually beat the crap out of you yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I was about to say, is that what you were referring to? Yeah.
Well, but as you can tell, we're
playing you tomorrow.
VGK. Okay. Yeah. I was like, who's VGK? Because I saw the
Vegas Golden Knights. Yes.
Vegas Golden Knights. That's right. I was like Vancouver? Like, no. VGK.
And how long has that team been in existence?
6 years.
So they got 4 years on us. So we got 4 years to come back and kick their ass. We were doing really good for a while this year, and then they just kind of fizzled out on us. It's like everybody figured them out.
Just so you know, the playoff seats are $300 up. So
yeah,
I'm good.
I think they're 5 here.
Yeah.
Balcony.
I'll go fly my drone.
Yeah. I'd much rather watch it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like a concert, man. I like being at concerts, especially like some of the older people that are like doing their last shows. So that's cool to be there for that. But I hate sitting in the parking lot trying to get out afterwards, and then you got to drive home, and then as you're driving home, you finally get all the tension and everything. The hype, the buzz just leaves you all at once, and you're like, how much further am I gonna drive? Huh? Another 30 minutes. Shit. Okay, I'm good. All right. Yeah. That kind of thing.
Don't even get me started on the gorge. Trying to drive back from the gorge at like midnight.
What are those stupid things that they do on I-5 sometimes? The rolling speed bump block thing. We were coming back from the gorge. Right? And then we run into it's like 2:00 in the morning. We come back from seeing Def Leppard and I can't remember. Def Leppard and Journey. Def Leppard and Journey. Okay, and we're driving back, right? And it's like already 1:30 in the morning, and I'm like whipped, and I'm tired, and I still got to get to Everett. So we're coming past, past Seattle and everything, and then I'm like, then there's this rolling, and you see these signs on the side of the road, rolling speed block or something, 25 miles an hour. And then it'll say 2 miles ahead, 1 mile ahead, and then you get there, and all it is like all these the state trucks, and they're all the lights flashing, they're all driving 25 miles an hour, and you're just, and this is like this hit me at like 2 o'clock in the morning, right? And they did this for 25 miles, man. And I'm like,
oh my god, yeah, no.
Yeah, but yeah. So, but what I ended up doing, and she was like, well, why don't you just get off and run past them really quick and get back? And about that time, they pulled off. This is when they finally pulled off, and we got to come back home full speed. So anyway, I'm like a person you bring on if you don't want to have followers.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. We're just getting ready to, like, Angel's getting ready to go fly. Caleb's going to fly on his side of the river. I don't know if Bob's going to fly.
No.
No, Bob's not going to fly.
No.
I think I'm going to fly.
Right now, Bob?
Huh?
Are you dark, Bob?
Over there right now in Vegas?
No, not quite. We still got a little bit of light. Very cloudy here, though.
Oh, cloudy.
Not yet. No, I mean it's solid cloud cover here.
Okay.
Now that's one. Now that analogy, because Pocono's like a tiny little track, isn't it? I was thinking it was a small track, or is it a road course? Anyway, but like there's where I used to live in Marion. I lived like 53 miles from Bristol International Speedway. Now it did not matter, man. I didn't mind fighting the crowds going there because it was always great wrecks at Bristol International Speedway because it's like a half-mile track and it's just this giant bowl, right? Sits right next to the highway, and they'll go about maybe 10 laps and not hit anything, and then it's just and it's like everything smashes, and it takes a good 20 minutes to drag them all off the track, and then they'll go, when there's only like. They'll start out with 45 cars, and it'll get down to about 20 cars, then it'll get down to about like 12 cars is what they end up with usually. That'll actually make it. But anyway. All right, so send me your info Facebook if you want to discuss our itinerary for the stream, topics to cover. I'm getting ready to get off. We're just farting around now.
Somebody else? Yeah,
Maybe he's talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
What did I do? Did I make Marcel mad? What did I do? Did I say something wrong? I must have missed something.
Well, he was there.
No. He said.
Fuck you. I don't know what that's about. But.
Yeah, I missed that one. What did I do there? Sorry. Oops. I didn't mean to make a wrong comment. What was I talking about that would have pissed him off? Anyway, and see now he's like, he's laughing. Anyway, 3 a.m. raining and 40. Wow. That's not fun.
No.
That's not fun. All right, I'm taking up a lot of time.
UK.
All right, so everybody go get a sunset photo, and I guess not for you, Bob, but you could use one of these and fly, right?
Yeah.
Take pictures of Vegas at night, like a long exposure.
Yep. I get a good one.
All right. Okay, Bob, what you got going on with you? You're gonna have a show next week too? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I did just a conversation show today, and I'm going to go back to, looking for a old fart who nobody knows and who has an interesting story to tell. And if any of the old farts are out there listening that fits you, please contact me. And that's the kind of guest I want to keep on my Old Farts with Drone show. And and then of course I'm gonna half the show I'm gonna interview someone, and half the show I'm gonna, open it up for conversation. And I don't know. Today we had a long conversation, and it was very interesting, with a lot of different people and opinions there. And one of our members from Switzerland came on the show today, so that always makes it better.
What time does your show usually? Wednesday at noon or Wednesday 1 o'clock
Noon,
your time?
yeah. Right.
Okay.
Noon Pacific. At 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UTC.
Okay. Cool.
Very cool. And since he's texting, Caleb.
Yep.
Ah!
We're not really doing a whole ton. I mean, we got Tour de Farm this weekend in Carnation.
Oh yeah,
Everybody wants to go out there and see a bunch of dirt bikes and dirt cars and stuff. Other than that, we did the Seattle Film Studios, and that was awesome.
That was very cool.
I have a pretty cool video of that here before too long. I think May 31st they have their soft opening, and there'll be a video done. Other than that, I don't know.
Oops, I didn't mean to mention that we already seen behind the scenes. Angel, what's going on with you?
Nah, just recently uploaded a video on the cherry blossoms at the University of Washington. I did not fly. Oh, there were a lot of drones flying, and I was zooming in with the Mavic 3 to get the footage. I did a nice loop around and all that. It was a lot of fun. I'll post it in the link if you want. Just continuing to do my thing, just trying to fly when I get the chance, and it's beautiful. So as you can see, it's still lit up outside. I will go out and fly.
Very, very cool. Yeah, you're much brighter than I am. We actually have a little overcast going here, so hopefully I'll still get a good one. And Lake Pilot's suggestion said, Bob, you need a primetime spot. Now, I will suggest that if you Saturday is prime, but you need to do it like right after lunch on our end if you want to get people to watch. Because Curtis Dart used to do, what the hell what was he called then? He used to do one on Saturdays, and they got a lot of traffic. But Saturday's a lot of time when people will go fly. But they got a lot of rewatches and stuff like that. But he was suggesting that, but also late night. I would like to do a late night thing on the West Coast, and maybe just a little more off the hook than like drone therapy. Just bullshit about anything and everything that was on your mind.
Well, I'm certainly getting a lot more views after it airs. You know, I looked about 10 minutes ago, and I was over 100 views, and I had 20 people watch live, and there's already over 100 views on it.
Yep, that's cool.
5 or 6 hours later.
There you go. So, well, you're building some stuff. You're getting some stuff in there, and then the biggest thing here and the biggest problem that we got is that it's just so random. It's just like chaotic each week that I need to have like the part of the, I used to do kind of like what, I had the guest thing going on and I had a format I'd follow. And then, like I've said this a million times before, there's so many drone shows that I felt like that we were just basically doing the same thing that everybody else was doing. So every now and again, it just so happened a little bit more information came out about the Mavic 3 and stuff. That was part of why I brought the Inspire up and why I talked about that, because, we had those pictures of like exact photos and the new leaked trailer and stuff. And then, of course, we were out of material like 30 minutes through the show. And then I gave away the one, and if y'all notice, I tend to, like at the beginning of the show, we'll have 35, 40, sometimes 50 people. But I don't ever give shit away until I wait for everybody to just take off, And then they'll think, oh, he's not going to give anything away. And then the people that are staying with us.
Dedicated people get it.
Exactly. They're the ones that get the giveaway stuff. You never know. I think it's about time to give away a t-shirt. Did anybody see the new, let me see if I can do this. Let me share this real quick before we get off. Where's it at? There he is. There he is right there. And then I'll come back over here to here. And I'm going to do a present. No longer a share. And then it says share screen. That's what's so weird. No, it wasn't. I don't want a window. Ah. Yeah. Woo-hoo. Let me get back over here. What do you think of that? Did you notice that the point of the needle is his pupil?
Yes.
I thought that was kind of neat.
Now, don't you have to pay to use that needle?
No. If I keep the skyline, see how the skyline's here?
You gotta have the skyline, right? You gotta have
if the skyline is here, it's okay. If I just wanted the needle by itself, then you have to approach the family that owns the needle and ask them. And then I've got the Stellars J is in here in the background because they're evil little fuckers. And in the C2CD, and because especially since the squirrels joined us, we're always in the air in one form or another.
The flying squirrels.
Well, I'm just talking about sometimes the chaos that goes on in our normal lives, as well as the chaos that goes on here on drone therapy. Is always up in the air. Well, what's going on next week? I don't know. It's up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Because really, truthfully, I don't know for sure what we're going to do next week. So it's up in the air. I don't know. I'll come up with something, I'm sure, because by then we'll know more about if the Mavic 3 Pro is out. We all know, we'll know for sure 100% about the Inspire, which we already know about. So, that kind of thing. And I'll stop sharing that. And Caleb's still working, and I'm going to let Angel get out here so he can fly. And Bob's going to go maybe eat something and play with the puppies. And then I'm going to go hang out and get my drone up and fly too. All right? All right? Cool with everybody? Cool?
Okay.
Cool. All right. So with that being said, please don't forget to come back and join us next week, because I may make a t-shirt out of that new logo. But I want to make a Support Your Local Drone Channel t-shirt. Like I said. And what I want to do, how about this? It will put the proceeds into an account, and then we'll have the Support Your Local. We'll have Drone Channel of the Year maybe, and then they will get a cash award. No, or would that be too much trouble? I don't know. We'll think of something to figure that out, because I want to make it more interesting, because I really want it to really push the the community side of things and get more channels involved. I don't know. We'll look at that and figure something out. With that being said, thank you everyone for joining us this week. live long and prosper. We will see you